What's up, all you beautiful bald people? We're Scalp Logic. How much does fear affect a man's decision when it comes to hair loss? Does he just let it go? Does he shave it? Let's talk to him.
If you're making decisions in a state of fear, you're not thinking properly, right? I think a lot of the times when men look in the mirror and they're seeing that their hairline is receding, it's like, whoa, okay. You know, they go through a process, like, you know, am I enough, essentially,
As soon as you say that, I can't help but vividly think of all the moments I had when I was looking at my hair loss. And every guy knows, like, especially like you said in the back, is it like wedding pictures? We've heard that by how many guys?
So, or
like they're not aware, meaning, right? They're not aware how much, when initial beginnings of the hair loss, right? And it's like, for me, it was when I checked in at the gym and I saw the video, like security cam, and I was like walking past, like, is that me or a dude behind me? And it took a couple times, and I kind of lied to myself, but it's a gutting moment.
You're like, it's the angle.
It's
like the sunlight coming in.
It's the mood ring effect. Exactly. There's something going on, but every guy and that fear that strikes you.
I think the biggest thing is, it's like, as men, there's no room for you guys to really be like, hey, like, you know, this is affecting me, like, you know, I'm really going through something because I'm losing my hair.
I mean, it does go through everybody, but you mean there's no like credible platform? There's no like it's normally like something you do on the low, you do in the background, you do in private, very private. I mean, most guys
you're gonna air, is what I'm trying to say.
No, it's absolutely not.
It's almost seen as a weakness a lot of times to even air that you're really struggling from this.
That's the fear, right? And I don't think people look at that and say that's fear. It's a weakness. You're shallow.
Yes.
If you need something else, like, why not just go with, you know, how you were born?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of it, and it's all fear based, right? Everybody knows the horseshoe pattern. Guys that just let that grow.
Yeah.
What do you think's going on based on fear? What's happening? What kind of? How's that controlling that?
I think it's like, okay, well, I lost the top, but I still have the sides. I'm just, you know, I'm gonna play this card that I have. I'm just gonna run with it. Is really what they're thinking.
Right.
But
how does fear affect them? Like, I would say they don't shave it because fear of, like, oh, I care too much, or maybe just fear of how much maintenance.
Yeah,
it's a lot of maintenance every day. The thought of it, and obviously they don't think it's worth it to take a couple of minutes every day to look good versus just let it go.
They're gonna be bald. Like, in that moment, it's like the minute you start shaving the sides.
Interesting.
I'm bald now.
I would agree with that.
You know?
So that sounds lunacy to me. That sounds crazy. But they don't want to be more bald, so they just let it go on the sides. But I think most of society would agree that is not the look. That's not the play. You look your worst. And again, I would say, you know, it frames your face. Whether you wear a hat, a hairpiece, whatever it is, you lose that frame to your face. So that just makes that frame look even more empty. The more you go out, the more empty your frame is, right? So definitely shave it.
Agree.
But that gets to me. That's something I wish I had a conversation based on. What's your fears when you lose your hair? You know, because also those guys are saying, I don't want to look shallow. I don't want to look like I care.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm a man. It's fine. You know, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And normally when I'm having that conversation, they tell me how long it's been that way. It's almost like a crutch for them. It's like, oh, it's been 5 years. Oh, it's been 10 years, so it's cool. That doesn't make it better.
It's
that just means
like you accepted it.
You swallowed it for 10 years. That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, and I mean, we're always talking about, and I think everybody would agree, it's like, we say it all the time, be the best version that you can be. Like, live a life of excellence. Like, we set ourselves up for, I believe, either success or failure every single day. And it comes to the same exact thing, is like, what are you deciding with that fear? What are you doing with that fear, essentially?
Yeah, once somebody gets this done, it's like you're wearing a tuxedo or like your best outfit every day. You look your best, you feel your best. And so you're like, I'm more inclined to eat healthier.
Exactly.
I'm more inclined to create memories with my kids, you know, and not just work every day. Whatever it is, they're like on a rampage to fix everything in their life, to have the best life. And I think it's like one of those boxes.
Yes.
And on top of that, I would say, if you don't check that box, if you leave it unchecked, meaning just let it go, or worse, you do something bad, you go to the wrong provider in our industry, right? You get a bad hair transplant.
Or a hairpiece.
You wear a hairpiece and it looks terrible, LeBron James. And it's you know, it's one or the other. I think it's black and white in some sense. It's like, have the best life, go for the best, or sit on the sidelines. And again, I think you and I want to highlight, it's the fear that's making people like, oh, I don't want to do this. I'll look stupid, or my peers at work will judge me, or whatever that is. It stops them. And I'm not saying subtle P is the answer for everybody.
Exactly.
But I mean, it is for most. For most guys, I think.
Well, we just know the impact that it actually makes.
And that's what it is.
That's
exactly
really what
right.
it is. It's like we see insight, like the first hand, like just the difference, the turnaround in a person, and it's like they
It's so
check
true.
off that box.
It's
They
so
walk
true.
out a different person, and it's more than just a treatment. It's mentally, physically. It just they're there. It's there. It's gotten to the point where they're happy. They feel at peace. I think with the decision they've made is really what it is.
I would agree with that across the board. Across the board. I mean, that's another reason why we love doing what we do so
Yes,
much, right?
absolutely.
It's
life changing. Like, come on.
it just sounds so. I'm trying so hard to put it in different words because it
Yeah.
sounds cliche after a while, but it is what it
But
is.
it
It's a
what
beautiful
it
thing.
is,
It
yeah.
really is a beautiful
I mean,
thing.
if you go to work every single day and you're improving people's lives and you're making their lives better and they love living their lives after this,
Yeah.
there's nothing cliche about
Yeah.
that, honestly.